Mr. Harrison.
You know, sometimes listening to Senator Graham is like, it reminds me of playing Monopoly with my son. You change the rules, he changes the rules every time he gets. You know,
because we are stronger together, and only together will we more truly become one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That guy right there, that's Jamie Harrison, and he's Joe Biden's pick to be chairman of the Democratic National Committee. A big reason is this.
Jamie Harrison, he raised a record-breaking $57 million in campaign contributions in the last quarter, the largest amount ever raised in a Senate race.
While fundraising is important in elections, it doesn't always translate to winning them.
To the people of South Carolina, our interest will be well represented by myself and Senator Scott. We're not going to forget you.
Although Senator Graham might be regretting that election victory lately.
A traitor, Lindsey Graham! A traitor!
So there may be a silver lining in Jamie Harrison's election loss. The Democratic National Committee gets a proven fundraiser who also served as a state party chair. The question is, which direction is Jamie Harrison going to take the Democratic National Committee? Hello, everybody. I'm David Schuster, and thanks for joining us. Democrats literally have no margin for error in making sure their policies of the next 2 years work and have popular appeal. If you look at their majority in the U.S. Senate, they break the 50-50 tie only because of Kamala Harris. In the House, the Democrats have power thanks to a 9-seat advantage out of 435. That is razor thin. And usually the party that has power in the White House takes a hit in the House in the first midterm elections. So the Democrats literally need to make every vote and every policy count. There is a sense among many Democrats that the Democratic National Committee needs to restructure and give more authority and power to the state party organizations. But there's also a growing sense that the Democratic Party needs to do more to return to its roots and appeal more to the working class. Joe Biden fits the bill in terms of his biography, but his policies are far more centrist and more friendly to the corporate Democratic establishment. One can expect that Jamie Harrison is not about to ruffle Democratic establishment feathers, but maybe he should. Most Americans believe, thanks to the pandemic, the wrecked economy, and all the political dysfunction, that our system is broken and that the working class can't get the same shake as the political elites. Will Jamie Harrison embrace these progressive policies as he takes the Democratic National Committee into the future?
I'm gonna need Joe Biden not to blow it. All right. So maybe I'm missing something, but I'm gonna put it all out, okay? When Joe Biden got elected president of the United States, many of us believed in an aggressive agenda to transform the narrative of this nation. We voted for him. We know that Joe Biden is not a true progressive, but he definitely campaigned on some progressive highlights. He said it was necessary to increase the minimum wage to $15 an hour. At a debate, he said, especially for those who are frontline workers, those that are essential workers. Here's the thing. If you call them essential workers, make sure they get essential pay, okay? It's only March and we've seen significant compromise. Now, I'm rooting for my dear brother, Joe Biden, and my dear sister, Vice President Kamala Harris. President Biden does have a tough road to climb. We get that, all right? You got the slimmest of majorities in the U.S. Senate. You only can get 51 on a good day because of how it's set up. Now, here's the reality of the numbers, okay? 53% of Americans are for raising the minimum wage, to $15 an hour. Minimum wage, $15 an hour, 53% of Americans. That's important to remember. Over 80% of Americans are for raising the minimum wage at some level. 95% of Americans, according to Forbes, are for criminal justice reform. Here's the reality of both of those massive social policy changes in the United States of America. You can't get a damn thing done without 60 votes in the U.S. Senate. Now, when Joe Biden was running for president, when we had Senate runoffs in Georgia, everybody said, the Democratic Party said, give us Ossoff, give us Warnock. That gives us the 50 votes that we need. We can get some things done. What happened in the state of Georgia? Not only did we give you Joe Biden in Georgia, we also gave you Ossoff, we gave you Warnock. We gave you everything you said you needed to make sure that significant transformation took place in these United States of America. We didn't talk about the filibuster. The filibuster was always a reality, but there's a way to get rid of it. The filibuster is there. So let's go to the filibuster, because without eliminating the filibuster, you got a problem. Because you'll never get 60 U.S. senators in this climate of tribalism in politics to ever agree with you on anything that's important, anything that's massive, anything that changes the social direction and the policy direction of this country. Now, will some of them vote on stuff that's more minor and more less impactful? Of course they will. But we're talking about a major transition in how we do business in these United States of America. You got to have 60 votes. Okay, cool. We need to get rid of that ridiculous, arcane policy. And you have the ability to do so. It needs to go. 55% of voters, according to Data Progress, they are for either eliminating or severely restricting the filibuster. The filibuster is anti-democracy. The filibuster is not a simple majority. The filibuster is not democratic rule, where the majority is able to govern. President Joe Biden, you got elected with more votes than anyone in the history who has ever run for president of the United States. That means something. You beat an incumbent president. That means something. You won the Electoral College and the popular vote. That means something. You campaigned with progressive highlights and won based on those progressive agendas that you talked about. That means something. It has to mean something now.